This is a Domino. Now sit back and watch as I bring her statue to life while I tell you her tale. A career mercenary during her early adult life, it was only after being employed as a bodyguard to the genius Milo Thurman that the mutant Domino became drawn into more social circles. She and Milo fell in love, only to be separated when an attack by AIM terrorists forced Thurman into deeper cover. Believing that Milo was dead, Domino joined the Six Pack and became an ally of the time-traveling mutant Cable, Nathan Summers. For a while, she was impersonated by Copycat. Domino has since served with X-Force, worked for the Hong Kong branch of X Corporation, and fought alongside the X-Men. Able to influence the laws of probability to shift odds in her favor, weapons expert, her staff fires projectiles, a superb athlete, martial artist, and an accomplished linguist, Domino's a mutant that you need to watch out for. Place your bets. The albino Nina was one of the many children born to the US government's Project Armageddon, designed to genetically engineer the perfect weapon using a precognitive mutant named Beatrice as a surrogate. Nina was one of the only two survivors of these experiments. She was later abducted by Beatrice's cult, the Armagesuits, who delivered her to a Chicago priest, Father Rodolfo Buscelli. Nina stayed under his care until her mutant powers manifested at age 13. Nina ran away and was arrested in Seattle for shoplifting, but escaped the juvenile authorities. 2 years later, she became a combatant in the underground fighting arenas in Madripoor. She cultivated a distinguished career in many fields of covert activities as both an agent of various organizations and governments and a freelance mercenary. While a member of national security, the NSA, Nina was assigned to bodyguard Milo Thurman, whose highly developed mind made him a prodigy in predicting world events. He was one who coined her nickname Domino, when he realized that her power caused things to fall into place for her. Rolling the dice. Domino subconsciously generates a psionic aura around herself that alters probabilities, causing her to receive good luck, while her opponents suffer bad luck. This causes improbable but not impossible things to occur within her line of sight, and can vary from having an enemy's equipment malfunction to hitting just the right button to shut down an overloading machine. While she cannot consciously control this ability, she can activate it by placing herself in a situation in which she could be harmed. Inactivity on Domino's part will not trigger the effect. When engaging in an action that her powers can influence, her brain emits bioelectric pulses down her spine that instinctively guides her movements, enhancing her natural reflexes and agility to near superhuman levels. As a byproduct of her mutant ability, she can instinctively calculate the odds of virtually any event's occurrence. Domino has been extensively trained in various armed and unarmed combat techniques, as well as in covert operations and demolitions. She is a superb markswoman, athlete, and swimmer, and is fluent in several languages. She wears body armor, contacts that magnify her vision and shoot lasers, and wields conventional firearms and weapons. Against the odds. As a mercenary, Domino is pretty much the enemy of anyone who isn't paying her. But when she joins forces with hero groups like X-Force and the X-Men, she's fighting for mutant rights and a larger cause that puts her in the crosshairs of high-profile opponents, from Strife to Mr. Sinister. If you've enjoyed what you've watched so far, please like, subscribe, and comment down below who you'd like to learn about next. Now let's go ahead and get back to the video. The house always wins. The sole survivor of a government super soldier breeding program, Nina Thurman's probability-altering powers and combat training make her Cable's most valuable ally, working closely with him in the Six Pack, X-Force, and X-Men. She actually helped form the mercenary group known as Six Pack, whose members included Domino, G.W. Bridge, Hammer, Anaconda, Solo, and Deadpool. Domino also became the de facto leader of X-Force when Cable was forced to leave on a number of occasions. The hand she was dealt. Nina and Thurman fell in love and eventually married. However, their relationship was short-lived after a raid by AIM forced the scientists into even deeper government cover, and his superiors told him that Domino had been killed. She left the NSA and returned to her mercenary ways. On a mission in El Salvador, Domino disabled a prototype combat droid codenamed Jericho with an electromagnetic pulse, unaware that the machine was being neurologically controlled by the rogue CIA agent Ekaterina Ryazanova, and that the result feedback left the operative comatose. Later, Domino joined the Wild Pack, subsequently renamed the Six Pack, led by the mutant soldier Cable. When a mission in Uruguay went awry, after Cable was forced to place his own needs above those of the team, Domino and her allies barely escaped with their lives. Domino was captured by Tolliver and had his agent Copycat impersonate the mercenary in his father's new X-Force team. Held prisoner for more than a year, Domino was freed by Cable, who tasked her with finding and protecting the missing X-Force. Domino sought help from her old Six-Pack teammates Grizzly and Hammer, eventually reuniting with Cable and the remaining members of the squad, but all opted to not work with Cable again, whom they could not trust. Cable later asked Domino to help train X-Force, and she joined the team as co-leader. On the eve of Earth being overlapped with Reality 295 during the Age of Apocalypse, Domino and Cable confessed their true feelings and kissed. After reality was restored, Domino helped Cable restructure X-Force before investigating a series of murders committed by Feral Grizzly, who forced her to kill him. Domino agreed to share a psionic link with Cable as a sign of their mutual trust. Later, Domino and Cable received a call for help from their former teammate, Garrison Kane, and discovered him with Copycat. The emotion-manipulating Psycho Man made Domino attack Copycat, whom she already resented for her role in a year-long captivity, after which he kidnapped the mutant shapeshifter to the Microverse. Domino, Cable, and Kane teamed with the Micronauts to oppose the villain. Domino soon learned Milo Thurman was alive when Donald Pierce and his cyborg Reavers captured him to gain his alleged prophetic abilities through cybernetic conversion. Domino was forced to kill Thurman to defeat Pierce's plans. Domino was then asked by G.W. Bridge to help prevent S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Daniel Moonstar from being exposed by the government's operations Zero Tolerance. Moonstar was undercover, acting as a member of the Mutant Liberation Front, who had taken control of a medical research center they believed was engaged in anti-mutant research. Posing as a camera crew, Domino, Sunspot, and Siren infiltrated the facility, unaware that Zero Tolerance forces had discerned their true identities. After being assaulted by Prime Sentinels, Domino was captured by their commander, Ekaterina Grzanova, and a neural inhibitor was implanted at the base of her skull that created a synaptical static which caused her reflex and reaction times to become increasingly erratic. Seeking to overcome the device's effects and reclaim her fighting prowess, Domino left X-Force, broke up with Cable, and returned to her mercenary ways. She was later contacted by mutant Jesse Aronson, who sought her help in finding his brother. In exchange, Aronson offered to reveal Groznova's whereabouts and took Domino to Aguilar Institute in California, where she was captured by her old foe, now calling herself Griffin. Aronson turned to X-Force for help rescuing his ally, and then used his technology-disrupting powers to activate Domino's implant, after which she defeated Gryoznova. Subsequently rejoining X-Force, Domino quit when Pete Wisdom offered to turn the team into a proactive Black Ops unit. She was later possessed by the undying alien Aeonthros, who sought to use her to kill its rivals, Simogen. However, Cable intervened and forced Aeonthros to release Domino. She drifted back into freelance work and took an assignment that marked her as a target for mutant assassin Marcus Xiong, who killed her. She was soon revived by alien technology grafts, then turned to X-Force in help of defeating Xiong. Wisdom's sister, Romani, had the alien tech removed from Domino to create a techno-organic world engine, then sent British mutant Corbin to kill X-Force. But he failed, and the team confronted the Tormentor. The engine was destroyed in an explosion that seemingly killed all of the X-Force except Domino, though others soon resurfaced. When Domino discovered Project Armageddon was still active, she infiltrated the base and was shocked to find that she had a younger brother named Lazarus. The Armagesuits, led by Domino's mother, Beatrice, arrived to kill Lazarus to prevent his mutant emotion controlling ability from being used to destroy civilization. However, Domino defeated them and left Lazarus with the same priest that had cared for her as a child. Domino soon joined Xavier's X Corporation in its Hong Kong branch, where, with the X-Men's help, she hindered John Sublime's third species mutant organ harvesting movement. After learning that mutants were being executed in a concentration camp by Malcolm Colcord's clandestine Weapon X program, Domino and Cable formed an underground resistance, working with the traitorous Weapon X agent Brent Jackson to depose the organization's deprived dictator. Domino was later recruited by Bridge to join a new S.H.I.E.L.D. incarnation of the Six-Pack in investigating Cable after his powers increased markedly and he began effecting change on a global scale. After Cable lobotomized himself to control his powers, the Six-Pack tracked him to a Swiss safe house where they became trapped in his mind. After Cable was healed and the Six-Pack freed, Domino helped him oppose and defeat the ancient mutant-devouring Scorn entity. Later, the Six-Pack was hired by the Thin Man to determine the state of affairs in Rumakistan, which had been taken over by Flag Smasher and his anti-national terrorist Ultimatum Group. Domino assassinated Flag Smasher, allowing Cable to take control of the country. Fearing his return to messianic-like behavior, Domino confronted Cable, threatening to kill him if he spiraled out of control again. After an insane Scarlet Witch depowered the majority of mutants during M-Day, Domino reformed X-Force with Shatterstar and Caliban to liberate mutants sequestered by the Office of National Emergency. Later, the Six-Pack was tasked with sabotaging both Rumakistan and Cable's island Paradise Providence in an effort to tarnish their one-time leader's international reputation. But ultimately, the island was decimated in a battle between the X-Men and the alien Shi'ar weapon, the Hecatome. Domino was later recruited by Bridge to join a S.H.I.E.L.D. strike team assembled to take down the Punisher, but instead aided the vigilante against Magical Hand assassins and the Wrecking Crew. Domino encountered Wolverine's X-Force strike team while tracking down mutant criminal Vanisher, and joined the group. X-Force then clashed with Code Red after Leonard Samson manipulated Domino into apparently learning the Red Hulk's true identity. Domino then accompanied X-Force to the Reality 80521 to help Cable safeguard the first mutant born since M-Day, from Lucas Bishop and Strife. Returning to Reality 616, X-Force rescued mutants from the leper Queen Sapien League, then aided the X-Men in opposing Madeline Pryor's Sisterhood, kept an eye on visiting Deadpool, and battled Celine's zombie mutant army. While the X-Men were based on the island of Utopia, Domino joined Storm's security task force to help safeguard the mutant haven, later linked up with yet another incarnation of X-Force, and had a brief romance with veteran X-Man Colossus. Following recent encounters with Cable and Deadpool, Domino has once again struck out on her own. Overall, I'd say Domino was a very unique character to learn about, and here are some interesting listed out facts about her. She's only 5'8". She weighs roughly about 120 pounds. She's got blue eyes with black hair. She goes by other aliases such as Dom, Beatrice, Jessica Costello, Luisa Mendoza, Samantha Wu, Elena Vladarescu, Tamara Winter, Christina Elizabeth Alioso, Priscilla Sutherland, Hope Eldridge, and she impersonated Val Cooper. She was originally born from the Armageddon base in Florida. Her known relatives are her mother Beatrice, her brother Lazarus, and her previous spouse, Milo Thurman. Her powers listed are probability alteration, psionics, hand-to-hand combat, superior marksmanship, and telekinesis. And now, for the statue's brand reveal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. There are other characters available to learn about. If you're interested, go ahead and click on one of the links listed above.